Love them or hate them, every PlayStation game has them. Trophies. Those little virtual achievements that you unlock for performing certain tasks within games. Now, some are simple story based progression trophies, while others can be tied to collectibles or kills with certain weapons and so on. But one thing you can guarantee with pretty much every trophy list is that they always contain that one bullshit PlayStation trophy. The Mad Max Platinum on PS4 is a rare and awkward platinum to unlock, currently sitting at a 0.7% unlocked rate, which is rather low. So, is it because it's an ultra tough game only for the most hardcore of hardcore players? Well, no, not really. Sure, it's a big game and it has difficulty spikes and it's time consuming, but it's not a super hard game. So, why is that platinum rate so low then, you may be wondering? Well, I'll tell you why. It's because the game has one complete and utter bullshit trophy called Up to the Task. This trophy requires you to complete all 144 challenges in the game. Yep, that's right, 144 of the bastards, because 100 wasn't enough, was it? So these cover a wide variety of different tasks, focusing on three specific areas: the open world exploration, car combat, and fighting as Max himself. You'll be doing things like repopulating campsites, killing enemies without getting hit, and destroying cars with certain weapons, and, to be honest, they're all pretty simple but time consuming to get. Though, you do need to constantly be aware of all the challenges to make sure you don't miss them at the right times when you should have done them, so it's definitely a trophy that gets in the way of you just playing the game. One of the longer challenges is the scavenging locations task, which requires you to loot all 191 scavenging locations within the open world. This single challenge is what makes this trophy bullshit, and is the sole reason why the platinum unlocked rate is so goddamn fucking low. So the first whiff of bullshit comes from just how many challenges there are to do, and then the secondary blast of bullshit is just how many scavenging locations you've got to loot on top of that. The map itself is huge, and driving around to loot all of these fucking areas will take quite some time, especially as you have to get quite far into the game in the first place in order to unlock access to the whole map. So, Max hops into his car and sets about driving around the vast wasteland, visiting each scavenging location on the map. I started at the bottom right, doing each small area at a time, working my way across to the left of the map, and then up and back over to the right again. Hours pass and your progress is slow, as it's not just a simple drive here, get out and pick it up kind of collectible. You see, as you drive, you'll constantly have to deal with bandits attempting to run you off the road, sandstorms that force you to take shelter and then wait them out, stopping to refuel or repair your vehicle after fights, or when you drive it off a cliff and wreck it. Then, when you do arrive at some of the locations, you'll find they are open, so you have to fight your way in, making sure you don't die before you can finally open that loot and tick that fucking location off your map. Another bullshit part about this trophy's challenge is that some of the locations and hideouts are so awkward to get into, you need a fucking map and a tour guide to find the entrance. This means you'll sometimes be circling an area for ages, trying to find out how the fuck you get into this place, as the cuntish waypoint says you're directly on top of the goddamn thing. For fuck's sake, this is as bullshit as Arkham Knight's collectibles. Ugh. So, eventually, you find your way in and loot the area. Then, it's off to the next one on the map. A few hours in, you'll probably have done the lower half, and the boredom will have definitely set in by now. But you've come too far to give up now, so you push on with this bullshit task. On and on you go in your car, with only your faithful sidekick to keep you somewhat sane as you drive through this barren wasteland, prizing open all these loot crates with your crowbar until eventually you put that last tick down on the map. Hell yeah, 191 of 191 scavenging locations looted. Time to check the challenge list and see what other ones I have left for me to finally unlock the up to the task trophy. What? 190 of 191? That can't be right. I printed out a map with all the locations on, and they've all been ticked. What the fuck is this shit? Yep, that's right. After a good week or so of doing this challenge, bit by bit, I finally get all 191 of them, only for the in-game tracker to glitch out and only show it as 190 of 191. You've got to be fucking kidding me, game. The deaths, the miles, the storms, the stupid bandits trying to kill me, the obscure hideouts that took me ages to find my way into and loot, plus all of the mind-numbing driving to collect all of them, and this is how it ends? I put up with all of that shit day after day just for you to slap me in the goddamn face and say no, try again, sucker? What the fuck, game? You cannot be serious with this shit. Come on. So, the 100 plus challenges I already completed are now ruined, as I have one of the 144 challenges broken, so I can no longer unlock the up to the task trophy. If I want to get this trophy now, I have to loot all 191 areas again, and I have to go back and do all the other 143 challenges again. Again? If you are going to put in multiple stats as well as large long-term stats like this in a game and then have the stupid idea to tie them all in to one single bullshit trophy, then it's fucking common sense surely that you make sure the fucking counters actually work and record the right fucking stats. Who the fuck dropped a bollock on this one, Avalanche? Avalanche Studios, more like Avalanche of bullshit studios. So, I spent another week going over each location on my maps, trying to find the one that I may have missed, just in case it was me. And you know what? I eventually actually found the box location that glitched, and it still won't let me open the goddamn box. Ugh, come on, open that fucking box. God damn it. Just fucking open the box, man. Please. I'm begging you, game. Please. Fuck it. Fuck it all. But you know, that's not the worst part. No. The most bullshit part of this story is that it was discovered really early on in the game's lifetime, and the game has received several patches during the time of these complaints, and none of them have addressed this issue. Why? There are forum posts everywhere about this bug, countless YouTube videos and guides on how to try and get around it. Playing on unpatched versions is an option, however, that base game version is more prone to crashes and has a few unique glitches of its own, so you'll probably get all of them to find something else fucks up. It was only the last year or so when the game got its latest patch for HDR support, and yet they didn't even bother to fix a game-breaking bug. What the hell? You patched the old game for HDR support, yet you don't even bother to patch it to fix the broken game? Jesus. Even when it was on PlayStation Plus and more new people played it and encountered this glitch, they still didn't bother to fix this issue. Yet we get a patch for HDR, which hardly anyone fucking has anyway. This is utter bullshit. The latest patch has now made the game even more broken, and I think the Platinum is definitely unobtainable now, as you can't get this and a few other issues that have occurred, meaning you can't get some other challenges done. This is just absolute bullshit, and it's unacceptable. And so, Mad Max is destined to always be a shitty stain on my trophy list, an uncompleted game that was ruined by one bullshit trophy. And that is why the Up to the Challenge trophy on Mad Max gets a bullshit rating of...
No shit, man. Don't bullshit me. Bullshit. 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 Oh shit.